Hi, I'm Donna with Donna's Things. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining in, checking out what's going on this side of the camera. I really do appreciate it. Of course, if you are returning, you know my heart. I appreciate you and your time just as much. So, happy Tuesday. I am so glad to be here to show you a couple of things. I'm actually going to just briefly say something about this beauty right here. But as we know, we just finished Mother's Day, and last week I had made a couple of videos that I was deciding what to do or what to wear for Mother's Day, and I ended up making a couple of things. So a previous video showed my berry colored dress with the lace top. I forget the pattern number. I'll post it up over here so that you could see that or go back and watch that video. But I also had two other makes in mind. So on Saturday, my Mother's Day began actually with my aunt. We went out to dinner and I made Simplicity 9111. I made the pants. So it's like a wrap. It's a pair of pants and that's the piece that just wraps over. They came out really, really cute. That's the line drawing. And I made them out of this magenta colored knit that I have. It's like a ITY knit. They came out so cute. As you can see, here's the wrap. So you have your pants. You have your pair of pants. Now, the pants still have darts. There's front darts and back darts on the pants, and they do have a facing. Now, they have a zipper. The pattern has a zipper up the back. Because this is a knit, I didn't put a zipper in them. I'm able to pull them up and down without a zipper, and that's because it's a nice little stretch. I'm sorry, crosswise stretch to this fabric. So you make your pants, but this wrap piece, it's pleated, as you can see, and it does just that one little piece, and it gets sewn into the side seam of the pants. You have the D-ring. Now they did use a D-ring, but they had a long tie. I didn't want a tie hanging down, so I just made mine. Let me show you. Here's your D-ring, and I just made the one little crossover. They do put bias tape along the top of this wrap piece, and I have a safety pin here because it hangs better, um, you know, with me holding it up. But it looks like this. You can see the bias tape that had to go there, and then it wraps here, goes into the D-ring. They were really, really, really cute. You could see the leg, the width of the pants. It's not too full. It's a nice leg, but they had such a pretty drape and they came out really, really nice. I wore them with a white top. It's kind of like a t-shirt, it's not dressy, just a nice t-shirt style top, tucked in. But really, really, really nice. I was pleased with those. So that was Saturday night's dinner. Then I made Butterick 6242. Here are the line drawings. Here, I don't know which way you can see it. The line drawings. Now, I've made this pattern before. I don't have a video on it. This was before I was doing videos. It is on my Instagram account, which I haven't updated that in a long time, but that picture is there, and I'll post a picture of the dress that I made before. Now this calls for broadcloth, crepe, wool jersey. I made my first one out of a knit, and so I made the second one, this one right here, out of a knit. This is actually the one I wore on Sunday. So this is a nice knit fabric. This is just hanging like this, but when you have it on, you know, it has that nice effect. Now, this is version A, the full one. But because it's a knit, of course, it's not gonna, you know, it's not going to stand out and stuff. So it just drapes. It does zip up the side. So you have a side zipper here that's like that. This is the actual boat neck. I have a habit of calling a lot of open necks the boat necks, and they're not really boat necks. But this, as you can see, like the shape of a canoe, this is actually a boat neck. It has like a 3/4 length sleeve, and you can't see it on this dress because the fabric is dark. But on this pattern, this is a vintage reproduction, do they call it? Let me see. Yeah, retro butterick from the 60s. Okay, it's really nice. So you can't see it, but there are 3 darts right at the elbow. So you have your 3/4 length sleeve, fits kind of close to your arm, and then there are 3 darts. I'm not really sure if they did them just for shaping, or if back then, you know, the way it was cut, I don't really know. But I put them in there. There are 3 darts in there. You have the grown on sleeve. So that's just all in one piece. The back really looks like the front. And then you have all this fullness, all this drapiness in the dress. This came out really cute. I wore black shoes with both of them. I actually had on black shoes when I wore the magenta pants. I had on heels, but then I changed to my flats. This one I had on heels, but they were my black heels, and you'll see that in the picture. So I did post pictures as I normally do after the video, but this is the dress I wore on Sunday. I actually decided the berry dress with the lace, with the white lace, I would have needed a sweater with it or a jacket or something, and I didn't want to do that. And on Sunday, I was actually able to have on the 3/4 length sleeve and be good. Then I made, now this is fabric from my new stash, my new collection. I purchased fabric, I think it's been 2 weeks now. Quite a few pieces. Excuse me, y'all, my clip is on the floor. I'm not going to bend over. But yeah, I purchased quite a few bit of fabric. So those 2 pieces came from my new stash, my new fabric collection, and this also. So this set, this is a pant set. This is Simplicity 9610. Looks like this. This is an older pattern, I believe. 2022. Yeah, 2022, Simplicity 9610. Here are the line drawings, and you note that cutout in the back. There's like a hole back there, and I'll show it to you. Well, you see it in the pictures. So I decided to use my cotton fabric on this particular garment. You can see that it's a fun fabric, this bright yellow with birds and flowers and leaves. So here we are here. It is, I did the version with the crop jacket. You could have done the long shirt, but I wanted to have a little bit of fun. I will tell you, I did cut it longer, but the way that it is shaped, it did not fall right. The way I should have taken my time in the way that I cut it. I just added an inch and a half to the front. I added an inch and a half to the back, but that wasn't right because when I sewed it together, the back puckered. It just didn't hang right. So I ended up cutting it off to what the pattern's original length was. And of course, when you see me with it on, I have a t-shirt on that hangs underneath it. So my, my front or my back is not out. So you could see that it has a collar. It's just the collar and the facing, but it folds over like that. This version has the 3 buttons on it. I did sleeveless, so you have your sleeve. I did do bias tape on the inside, and I'll take it off so you can see it. But here's the back. It's gathered here, and then it's meant to stop right here. When I tried to lengthen it, this puckered out and so on. So here's the hole. This is the yoke, and it is doubled. So you have, an underneath lining to the yoke. And then when you made the gathers in this bottom piece, it gave that little scoop that you need. So this is gathered. That's here. And then you just turn it around here. So I think it came out really, really cute. At first I was thinking I may not keep it. I was like, oh, now I got to make the crop version. I'm probably not going to keep it. But actually I'll be keeping this. It looks really, really cute on. I chose the red buttons. My normal go-to would have been white buttons on this. But when I put the red button, I put all colors. I have these buttons. No big deal. I have these buttons in red, white, green, and navy, which is everything in here. And when I put it all close up, I thought the red would give it a nice pop. And so, here's the inside of it. Of course, it's cleaned up, serged, seams are serged. That's the regular hem that was required. Here's that opening. So as you can see, the yoke is clean. So it was double the yoke. And this is a binding. So it was gathered and then you do the self binding right out of the fabric. Like I said, I did the sleeveless with the bias tape. I used the yellow bias tape. Here's the collar. I did top stitch all around everything, your 3 buttonholes, and these simple little red buttons. Now, the pants, I didn't do everything the pants required. They are a crop length, as you can see. But you can't really see it that good, but they have 2 pockets. There's patch pockets here in the front. I did not do the patch pockets because this is so busy. I kind of figured, why would I even bother? But there are darts. Wait, are there? Hold on. I didn't do them, so no darts in the front. Okay, so no pockets, no darts in the front. And this is how they look. And let me take them off this mannequin. It has that yoke style waistband on it, front and back. Here's the back. It does have the invisible zipper. I don't know how well you can see it. Invisible zipper. And I'm going to tell you, I had to be very careful that I didn't put these birds smack right here on me because they're kind of big. They would have been placed right here. The only thing about doing things like that, you kind of lose fabric because when I had to go place it after pinning the top, and then pinning down the pattern piece for the bottom. I had to go down so that I didn't get those birds in the place I didn't want them. And then, but sometimes you end up, and this time, you end up with pieces in between, you know, maybe 9 inches. That's a quarter of a yard easily, you know, and then you can't do anything with the leftover fabric unless you make a wristlet, or, you know, you put it in the lining of a wallet or something like that, which is cotton though. You could do what you want. I can make some bowl cozies out of it if I want to. Now, I will tell you one more thing. Well, two things. The leg looks like this. They're cute. I sewed the waistband down. I stitched in the ditch, and I hemmed the pants on the machine. They're serged on the inside, you know, but I did do the machine hem on the inside. Now, when I was trying them on, you know, when you put this yoke band on, the bottom part of the yoke has that curve, and it's a little bit larger than the actual top part of the yoke. And so you have to make sure when you're fitting it, you're not going by that bottom piece only. I should have had the piece, I'm sorry. You know, because the top comes in just a little bit. And for me, in this case, in many cases, but I didn't catch it, or I didn't realize it, I don't know. It was just a teeny bit snug. So what I did was I went back into the waistband and I cut this V out, which there's a pattern out that actually has the cutout anyway. It's one of those butterick patterns, but I cut this V out. So it's still nice, gator pants, some style. When you have them on, but even though it's not stretchy, just having that looseness right there made a big difference for me. When I put the pants on, because I was getting a little brokenhearted. I was like, oh, I'm taking that waistband off and putting on another one, because when I tried this on, I was like, this is like really, really cute. So I have enjoyed making these pieces. All three of them were fun. All three of the garments are something that I would normally wear. And I say that because sometimes I make things because I have somebody else in mind, because that garment may be a little bit youthful for me. You know, some things I'm just not going to wear. All three of these outfits are definitely something you, because I see the age group, the majority of age group of who watches my videos. So these are clothes that you and I could wear easily, the style, you know, and then of course we choose whatever fabric that we want to use. So easy makes, all three pieces, easy makes, you know how I like to sew. Even though I've slowed down, I did do all three of these in a week's period of time, and I'm happy to report, even though I bought those 16 pieces of fabric, I have now sewn into four of those pieces. You guys know I don't like a whole lot of stash, you know, a lot of fabric. So I have sewn into four of those pieces. But I am quite thankful for everything that has been made. I hope you enjoyed this video. Any questions, of course, you know, you could put it in the chat. But yes, these are something that you may want to go ahead and make. I never really talk about a lot of adjustments because for some reason, I don't usually have to make a whole lot of adjustments, but hit that like button, share my channel. Of course, I'd love for you to subscribe. If you don't and you just like scrolling through, checking out what Donna's Things is doing, of course, I appreciate that just as much. But I do ask that you ring that bell so that you could be notified every time I upload a new video. So I will see you guys on Friday. Thank you so much. Bye.